This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. The European Confederation of Independent Trade Unions, or Cesi, has joined the European Sunday Alliance as a supporting member. Cesi, founded in 1990, has 38 trade union organizations from 21 European countries and 4 European trade union organizations, with a total of more than 5 million individual members. It advocates for improved employment conditions for workers in Europe. Cesi encourages its member organizations to join the European Sunday Alliance as full members. The European Sunday Alliance supports the protection of health and safety of workers and their right to a limit on maximum working hours and of a weekly rest period, including, in principle, Sunday. Advocates for respect for collective agreements covering work organization, which are essential to the social contract of a modern European society. Speaks up against the growing economic pressure undermining national regulations regarding working conditions, fosters commitment to safeguard and promote work-free Sunday and decent working hours, pushes the EU institutions to safeguard Sunday in principle as the common weekly rest day in the EU, and works to ensure that EU legislation and internal market rules guarantee the central place of health and safety, work and life balance, and social cohesion by launching relevant initiatives to ensure work-free Sundays and decent working hours. And it pushes governments of member states to take their responsibility for improving, implementing, and enforcing existing legislation and practices and respecting collective agreements. All of these points are foundational to the real goal of the European Union to resurrect the Holy Roman Empire and establish Sunday rest and worship. Cesi Secretary General Klaus Heger said, as highlighted in a main motion adopted at Cesi's last Congress, the EU Working Time Directive should apply as broadly as possible. Cesi advocates for decent working hours and adequate work-life balance, which are key elements that the European Sunday Alliance also promotes. This means, in practicality, that all non-essential work on Sunday would be halted so that families can have synchronized free time so that all family members are free from work at the same time. Cesi wants to force its agenda on Europe. It is vital that trade unions, social NGOs, and churches join in a forceful coalition with decision makers and politicians to make sure that employment remains regulated and fair for all. I am convinced that the European Sunday Alliance is a network that can make a difference, Heger said. As the European Sunday Alliance grows and adds more members, it will gain strength to the point where it can successfully pressure governments to protect Sunday as a day of rest. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Revelation 14, verse 9 and 10. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.